We're going to get every ribbon available on the Switch. To do that, we need a Pokemon that is able to go to all the Switch games that have ribbons to obtain thus far. If you want to see which Pokemon can get all the Switch ribbons, or even just which Pokemon have a clear track record of being selected for in the Switch, this is a list. It includes Pokemon that have been added back as part of DLC, because at least they're programmed into the games, which is ultimately all that matters. This is not my first Ribbon Master. This time, we're going to Ribbon Master a Pokemon with the partner ribbon. But the thing with Ribbon Masters is that it gets easier. It's still time consuming, don't get me wrong, but once you've done one Ribbon Master, you know what to do. It's easier in the sense that your save files are already optimized, so you don't have to play through the game again or rebreed competitive Pokemon for the Tower Rank ribbon, for example. It's just a matter of how much time you have to invest. Most people, including myself, will pick a Ribbon Master that's rare, shiny, has a special mark, or two. You don't have to do this. I have a lot of respect and admiration for the approach where you pick a regular pedestrian Pokemon that isn't shiny, isn't rare for the sake of being rare, doesn't have the perfect nature, and so on. Just because it's rare doesn't mean it's more unique. Every Pokemon is unique. That being said, if you're interested in Ribbon Mastering, you are free to pick whatever Pokemon you want. Time to come up with a nickname. We're going to nickname this combee Honeycomb because it looks like one. The first challenge is having the resources necessary to start a Ribbon Master quest. You'll need a Switch of some kind. You will also need either Pokemon Sword or Shield, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. What about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? There's no ribbons in that game, so unless your Ribbon Master originates from Let's Go, you can skip it. If your chosen Pokemon can't go into specific Switch games, for example Breloom can't go into Sword or Shield or Legends Arceus, it will still be a Ribbon Master as long as it gets every other ribbon available to it. Starting our Ribbon Master quest, we've already got our very first ribbon, the Partner Ribbon. To get Pokemon with the Partner Ribbon, you basically have to grind a lot of barbecue points and invite trainers as special coaches to Blueberry Academy. Do this 3 times for 600 BP per coach, interacting with them each time. On a third interaction, they'll ask for a trade. The traded Pokemon will come with the Partner Ribbon. I really do think that the Master Rank ribbon is the hardest ribbon to get on the Switch because A, you need Nintendo Online, and B, instead of fighting NPCs, you have to battle real human beings. NPCs have set teams, which means there's usually strategies to cheese the battles. In comparison to NPCs, humans are unpredictable. The competitive meta is always dynamically evolving and changing. What worked for one season might not be as effective in the next season. Once you're at Master Rank, it's all goods, but getting there is the hard part because you're penalized for losing. When you lose, don't dwell on it for too long and try to get back up. You can technically get the Master Rank ribbon in Sword and Shield, but the issue is the whole player base has moved to Scarlet and Violet, so it's hard to get a match. It's difficult to give advice on how to get the Master Rank ribbon, other than use a rental team. I recommend that you search up Pokemon rental teams online based on the competitive meta at the time that you're going for the ribbon. This comes with using a rental team, but be prepared to use Pokemon other than your Ribbon Master. Expect to spend, say, 10 plus hours just grinding up the ranks. I say 10 hours as a rough estimate, but expect to spend several hours just climbing up the ranks. When you do finally get to Master Rank, you can try recreating your rental team or whatever builds that worked for you while you were climbing the ranks. If your Ribbon Pokemon is not competitively viable, or if you're just having a really hard time winning Master Rank battles, you don't have to include your Ribbon Master in the fight itself. Everyone at Master Ball tier is going to use fully optimized competitively built Pokemon because that's how they got to Master Rank tier. Just have 3 or 4 Uber tier Pokemon to fight the hard fight, and when you win, as long as your Ribbon Master is part of the 6 Pokemon in a team loadout, all 6 Pokemon will get the Master Rank ribbon. To get the Gourmand Mark, you can either make sandwiches through Pokemon Picnic or buy food from any food store. It should be noted that it is much faster and cheaper to buy food items from a food store to get the Gourmand Mark. Come to Treasure Eatery in Medali, order homemade umeboshi, which costs 500 currency. It's as cheap as it gets. You have a 3% chance to get the mark every time you eat a meal without the mark charm. Just keep repeatedly buying the food item like 50 times and you'll have the Gourmand Mark soon enough. If you have the DLC, you can still come to the Treasure Eatery, but you can also go to the stores at Kitakami Hall. Buy some shaved ice, which also costs 500 currency. Of course, you can get the Gourmand Mark from eating at any store, but these two are the least expensive. To get the Paldea Champion Ribbon, you have to win the Ace Academy tournament. As with all champion ribbons, it's very easy if you use over-leveled Pokemon. While trying to get the Paldea Champion Ribbon, Katy's Honeycomb evolved. Epic! After the first 3 matches, you can fight either Nemona, Gita, Hassel, or Cleverness. Either way, you have to defeat them to get the ribbon. The item finder mark was patched in with the Teal Mask DLC update. This mark is very intuitive. You let out your Pokemon in Let's Go mode to pick up items. There's a lot more items in the DLC areas, like the Paradise Barrens, or basically the entire terrarium. Most of what you'll pick up are golden sparkles, but items and Pokeballs will count for this mark as well. Area 0 has a lot of items too. Basically, after every item you pick up, you have a 1% chance of getting the mark. For Best Friends Ribbon, you need to get maximum friendship. Easy ways to increase friendship include feeding your Pokemon friendship increasing berries, and playing with your Pokemon in a picnic or camp. I call this a recurring ribbon because you can get it in more than one game. The other recurring ribbons on the Switch are the Effort Ribbon, Master Rank, and Tower Master ribbons. Once you get maximum friendship, you can show your Pokemon to an NPC and they will give you the ribbon. Just get this ribbon on whichever Switch game is convenient for you. The Effort Ribbon is another easy ribbon that you likely get through a regular playthrough of the game. You can increase your effort values primarily through battling, but also through vitamins and other EV boosting items. You will know the Pokemon has reached the maximum amount of effort values when you look at the Pokemon stats in the summary screen. Switch to graph view and the graph area is cyan. Stats that have gotten the maximum amount of effort values will sparkle. Again, show your Pokemon to an NPC and they will give you the effort ribbon. I used to hate the partner mark when it first came out, but now that I know the conditions to get it, and that there's a very reliable way to get it, it's not that bad, it's a non-issue now. First things first, very important, your Pokemon must have at least 200 friendship value with a maximum of 255, otherwise they're not even eligible to get the partner mark. In a picnic, this can translate into your Pokemon having 4 or 5 hearts above their head when you interact with them. I like to do this in the Team Star Cruise Dark base because it's spacious and doesn't have any other wild Pokemon around. I'm going to show you an experiment I did with another combee with the same nickname. Rhydon, Koraidon or Miraidon, rubber band your Joy-Cons and press down on your left stick to sprint. We have a 1% chance of getting the partner mark every 10,000 steps, so this is the fastest way to maximize your odds for getting the partner mark. Hook up your Switch to a charger and now you AFK for several hours. This is a different combee, but I didn't want to waste the footage of showing you how long it can take to get the partner mark with it. It's 3:14, we're gonna come back in a few hours. It's me, 3 hours in the future, and I'm here to report that we still don't have the partner mark. That's okay, we'll just put back the charger and the rubber bands back on the Switch, and we'll come back after a while, do something else for a bit. It's me from the future, and surprise, we still don't have the partner mark. It's 8:49, we have gotten the partner mark. I checked before I started recording, so I know that we got the partner mark. Just some extra things. Your Pokemon does not need to be in Let's Go mode to get the partner mark, and you should be riding on your bike Pokemon because it's a lot faster than walking. The partner mark will automatically affix itself when gained, so you'll see the title The Reliable Partner when you send your Pokemon out. Last thing I learned when I left my Switch running overnight, the partner mark can reapply itself to Pokemon that already have the mark. If you have Pokemon with high friendship and have already gained the partner mark, take them out of the party because otherwise you're wasting chances for Pokemon that don't have the mark to earn it. Now that we got all the Scarlet and Violet ribbons, we're moving to BDSP. To get the Footprint ribbon in BDSP, you just have to level up your Pokemon 30 times unless it's one of the voiceless Pokemon. If your Pokemon was caught at a level above 70 and is not voiceless, then you can skip this ribbon. Sinnoh Champion Ribbon, like all Champion Ribbons, just beat the league, no problem. You can use level 100 fully EV trained Pokemon to make getting these ribbons a breeze. And here's our Hall of Fame. The Gorgeous Royal and Gorgeous Royal ribbons are a testament on how much money you have to spend. Starting off at 10,000 is your Gorgeous Ribbon, 100,000 is your Royal Ribbon, and 999,999 for your Gorgeous Royal Ribbon. The Gorgeous Royal Ribbon is not hard, it's just tedious. So how do you make that much money in BDSP? The first strategy is to liquidize your assets. Any treasures that you have in your bag or have collected throughout the game, sell all of it. Real talk though, the fastest way to make money in BDSP is to repeatedly extort a rich old couple for their money. Go to Route 212 south of Hearthome City. You want to keep going south past the police officers and the trees until you find this old couple here. Ensure that your lead Pokemon has Amulet Coin equipped so it can double the prize money. Use the Verse Seeker, an item that allows you to rematch NPCs. These two NPCs have one Pokemon each, but because I beat them too many times, they're around level 60. They will give you $24,480 per battle. So you can imagine after a couple hours of serious grinding against this old couple, you'll have enough money. After using the Verse Seeker, you have to walk 100 steps before you can use it again to recharge its batteries. An easy way to keep count of your steps is to open up the pedometer app from your Pokétech. Reset your step counter to 0 and ride in circles. It's actually faster to ride in circles than it is to ride up and down. Okay, so that's about 100 steps. We open up our Verse Seeker. Oh, they don't seem ready to battle. The game tells us to wait later. They must be sick of us extorting money, but just do another 100 steps. Ride in circles again. That's about 100 steps. Verse Seeker. And we're back in business, baby! Rinse and repeat. After we've gotten $999,999, we can finally afford the Gorgeous Royal Ribbon. It really is a gorgeous and regal ribbon that is a peak of fabulous. For the contest ribbons, there's quite a bit of prep that you need to do, but it will help you for all of the contests. You need to get 6 cute Pokemon that are allowed into Amity Square and max out all of their affection. You can use a friendship checker in the Pokétech to check their affection. You want every single Pokemon to have 2 large hearts above their head. Go to Amity Square, this is the best place to be making Poffins. Having a full team of cute Pokemon with max affection will provide a significant boost to making your Poffins. Here are great Poffin recipes to maximize your contest stats using relatively common berries. I took this graphic from Austin John Plays, so if you want to see the exact statistics behind these recipes, please go see his video titled Easy Poffin Recipes for Every Stat, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. When you're cooking your Poffin mixture, you want to be spinning your Joy-Con moderately fast. When the light around the Poffin mixture changes from yellow to purple, you want to be spinning your Joy-Cons as fast as you can because you don't have to worry about spillage then. You don't want to go too slowly either because it will burn the Poffin. For the resultant Poffin, you want to have about 40 seconds, and it should be a mild Poffin around level 60. If you follow this recipe, you just have to do 5 cooks in total, once for each flavor. Each cook should net you 4 Poffins each, giving you 20 Poffins to feed your Pokemon and maximize their contest stats. Start feeding your Pokemon all the Poffins that you've cooked. Here you can see that we've maxed out all of Honeycomb's contest stats. There appears to be some leeway if your Poffins aren't perfectly cooked. Not necessary in the slightest, but if you wanted to get level 100 Poffins, here are some recipes for it. It does require berries that aren't as common. Ta-da! It's possible! Or just quickly feed Honeycomb the level 100 Poffin. Even if your contest stats are maxed out, you should fill out your Pokemon's Sheen meter because it will help boost the visual score. Another component of the visual score is using stickers on ball capsules. You can buy stickers from the Sunny Shore market. I personally have 6 ball capsules, 1 for each contest. It's fine to work with what stickers you have. Adding more stickers to your ball capsules will always help boost the visual score, but certain stickers are more beneficial for different contest types. Where you place the stickers doesn't matter, it just needs to be somewhere on a ball capsule. The best stickers are the champion stickers. These are given after beating Cynthia in a rematch. The most optimized you can get is to have 20 champion stickers on a ball capsule. However, I don't expect people to fight Cynthia 20 times just to get a champion sticker. It will help if you're really struggling with the rhythm game portion, but at some point, it is diminishing returns. Don't think that you have to beat Cynthia 20 times to get the Twinkling Star ribbon. I haven't done that, and I can get these contest ribbons with ease using my current setup. One last thing you can do to boost the visual score is to use contest scarves given by a guy in Pastoria City. If you show this NPC a Pokemon that has maxed out its contest stat, he will give you a scarf that helps boost the visual aspect of that specific contest. Strictly speaking, if you're good at the rhythm game portion of the contest, you won't need this. Final thing we have to prepare is the contest move. In general, the effect you want is hype points gained will increase by 3 if groove is positive. The go-to move here is Giga Impact because a lot of Pokemon can learn that move. You can buy this TM from the Veilstone department store. After optimizing the contest visuals and the contest move, the only thing to do now is the contest dance.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The Contest Star Ribbon is automatically awarded to a Pokemon that has won all 5 Master Rank contests. When a Pokemon wins a Master Rank contest, you can see a photo of it adorned on the wall here. If you win a Master Rank contest again with a different Pokemon, it will replace the photo with the most recent win. One more contest ribbon to go. The gameplay for the rhythm portions of the contests is essentially pressing A and holding down the A button. I swear, OSU players that see this are gonna be like, go play a real rhythm game. But on the flip side, these contest ribbons are pretty easy to get provided that you've done all the preparation beforehand. In terms of the contest move, my strategy has always been wait for an NPC to do it. And with that, we have all of the contest ribbons. Next up is our daily ribbons in BDSP. Visit Julia every single day for a week to get 7 ribbons in Sunny Shore City. In BDSP, the daily ribbon is only given to the first Pokemon in the party, and as far as I know, there's no way to speedrun this. If you are doing multiple Ribbon Masters at the same time, what you could do is have multiple save files and get the daily ribbon for each Ribbon Master on the different save files. But even then, it's like that saying, 9 pregnant women can't make a baby in 1 month. If you have 1 pregnant woman, you'll get a baby at the end of 9 months. But if you have 9 pregnant women at the same time, you'll get 9 times the output for the same time frame of 9 months. The point is, you just can't speed up the process. If you're making a Switch Ribbon Master that can go into BDSP, unless people find out ways to exploit time skips, it will take at least a week just because of these daily ribbons time gating you. If possible, you should be doing the Tower Master ribbon in Sword and Shield because there's less complete bullcrap RNG you have to deal with. If your Ribbon Master Pokemon did not make it into Sword and Shield, but can go into BDSP, then I've had some success with this doubles team here. This is a classic Aron Trick Room team. First thing you want to do is set up Trick Room with Dusknoir and use Protect with Aron. Next turn, use Endeavor with Aron and Nightshade with Dusknoir to knock out one of the opposing Pokemon. If it's a normal type Pokemon, use Brick Break instead. Repeat until you have a more manageable 2v1. If Aron gets knocked out, use Hariyama or Tyranitar to finish the job. Try and do the same thing to Palmer at rank 10 of the Tower battles. The Tower Master Ribbon is significantly easier in Sword and Shield, I'm sorry. In the Sword and Shield Battle Tower, Dracovish can solo almost all of the matches. Build Dracovish as a physical sweeper holding Choice Scarf and spam Vicious Rend at the opponents. Vicious Rend is pretty overpowered. As long as Dracovish attacks first, its base power is doubled to 170 and the damage output is further amplified another 50% by the ability Strong Jaw. Sometimes the AI will analyze your team and lead with water Pokemon or Pokemon specifically to counter Dracovish. In those scenarios, you can use Dynamax to overpower your opponents. Dynamax is pretty broken. I mean, most of the NPCs don't even use it. You can also use Dynamax to temporarily get out of the Choice Scarf restriction, where you're only able to use one move, at the cost of having more speed. If Dracovish does get taken out, you can use Zacian to cover. Once you get to the final rank, all you have to do is do the same thing to Leon. And we got the Tower Master Ribbon. As an aside on Ribbon Masters originating from Pokemon Go, the Best Buddy Ribbon does not carry over when you transfer your Pokemon from Go to Pokemon Home. To show as an example, here's Blimp the Wailord, which has a Best Buddy Ribbon on it. We're gonna transfer him over to Pokemon Home using the Poke Transporter. Now we check Pokemon Home. One or more Pokemon has been transferred from Pokemon Go. Would you like to receive them? Yes. Our Wailord, as an example, had the Best Buddy Ribbon in Pokemon Go. Now it's just there in spirit. Tiny and huge Pokemon size variants were added to Pokemon Go in December 2022. I believe there's a 1 in 250 chance of getting either a tiny or huge Pokemon. They're more common than shinies. If you transfer them over to Scarlet and Violet, you can show them to this NPC here in Mesagoza to get the teeny or jumbo mark. I got all these Pokemon from Pokemon Go here with the teeny and jumbo marks, and I barely play Pokemon Go nowadays. Most Ribbon Masters move forwards in generations. Here, we're moving backwards in generations. From Generation 9 back to Generation 8. Remember when Dynamax was a thing? To get the Galar Champion Ribbon, all we gotta do is defeat the Champion Cup. We've pretty much done all of the hard ribbons on the Switch now. The Hisui Ribbon is a really nice one to do last, because you can take a photo to celebrate the occasion. Photography is quite literally capturing a moment in both space and time. And what better way to finish than to snap a photo? People might say, live in the moment and to stop worrying about taking photographs of everything. But when I'm old, when my face is tissue paper tearing at every smile, I won't have to grasp frantically at my memories as they fall away like sand in an hourglass. They'll be safe, stored in gilded crystal frames on my desk instead of the fragile murk in my mind. Memories slip away with time, but photographs? They're permanent. Katy's Honeycomb is now a Ribbon Master and has gotten all the ribbons available on the Switch. 27 ribbons including the partner ribbon and 3 marks. If you've made it this far in the video, then maybe consider subscribing. Let me know if you found this guide helpful in the comments. The whole like, comment and subscribe thing. Every individual counts, and if we're lucky, we could reach 500 subscribers. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of it.